Welcome to an unexpected shopping and haul video from Nashville. I'm currently sitting in our Margaritaville resort room. I'm gonna apologize if you can hear the shower running. I always prefer to film while we're like on site, but typically while Mark is not watching because it's awkward and he usually makes fun of me behind the scenes, especially for wearing this hat. So he is currently in the shower and I'm gonna walk you through our morning, our wonderful morning of shopping here in Nashville. When we were preparing and doing research, I did not see a ton of vlogs or videos on the different shopping districts that Nashville has. Obviously on Broadway, there are like souvenir shops and a ton of leather shops and cowboy boots, but there's not a lot of like my vibe shopping in that touristy area. So we ventured out to an area called 12 South here in Nashville, and I found some super cute stores and an amazing lunch place. If you are interested in seeing what I ate here in Nashville, make sure you are subscribed. I think that video will probably already be out. If it is, I will link it here. If not, that's the next video coming. So one of my first requests was to start at Draper James. Draper James is owned by Reese Witherspoon. It is the iconic like blue, white, Southern preppy. So I had an amazing shopping experience here. Not only were the pieces of clothing really, really cute, but the associates, the Southern women who work in that store were dressed impeccably, had incredible hospitality. They learned my name. They put in the dressing room all of the pieces that I was picking up, but then in addition to those, pieces that they thought would complement my body, and they were right. So I want to take you through my shopping experience at Draper James, and then I will show you what I purchased. We are headed out to go shopping, and this is my attempt at Nashville cowgirl, but within my own aesthetic. This is the two-piece from House of Harlow that I showed you in the packing video. I self-tanned my tummy, and this is still the color that it is. I have a tan line higher up, but we don't need to crop our shirts that much. I have never worn this skirt out in public because for me, this is very short. These are my boots. They're not the Tory Burch ones that I had ordered because neither of those fit my calves, which I find interesting. I was talking to Mark about that, like how much weight does one person have to lose in order to fit their calves in Tory Burch boots? I may never know the answer to that question. And I am wearing this hat for perhaps just this portion of today's video. It's super loose, even with the tightness of the strings inside. It doesn't actually like sit on my head. It's really loose. Yesterday I did most of it by hand, like I just carried it around. In fact, when we were scootering, it actually blew off and Mark had to go back and get it as I was carrying it. But this is what we're wearing to go to Draper James, Stony Clover. I'm really excited to go shopping in these real world stores that we don't get access to on the Cape. And yeah, we'll keep you posted. We've arrived at our first stop, shopping of the day. Draper James, the iconic blue and white walls. I'm very excited to go in. Reese Witherspoon owns and creates Draper James, so it's bound to be Southern preppy. Yes. All the pretty balloons.
Are this your guesses? These are my guesses. Okay.
There you go, not talking to me again. There you go, being a ghost of a friend. Shut yourself in, shutting me out. I'm getting so sick of your ups and your downs. There you go, keeping your secrets again. Don't look in my eyes when I ask where you've been, so you won't feel bad breaking my heart, so you won't ever know how much you're tearing me apart. I'm used to in my prayers that never get answered, but I've decided I won't let your demons win, 'cause I deserve someone who's better. His feelings don't change with the weather. Knows we're both in this together, whether we're right or wrong. Who won't turn my broken heart into a song? I like you better when I'm standing far away. I guess I can make you appreciate all the things you're missing out on. So I won't cry whenever I tell you so long. I won't cry whenever I tell you so long. again. I sent you a message, you left it unread. It's like you don't care, you're breaking my heart. How do you sleep knowing you're tearing me apart? And you're still in my prayers that never get answered. But I've decided I won't let your demons win. Cause I deserve someone who's better, whose feelings don't change with the weather. Who knows we're both in this together, whether we're right or wrong. Who won't turn my broken heart into a song. I like you better when I'm standing far away. I guess I can make you appreciate all the things you're missing out on. I won't cry whenever I tell you so long. I won't cry whenever I tell you so long. I won't cry when I tell you goodbye. 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 Deserve someone who's better, whose feelings don't change with the weather. Who knows we're both in this together.
Your rosy sword of my broken heart
to a song. I like you better when I'm standing far away. I guess I can make you appreciate all the things you're missing out on. So I won't cry whenever I tell you so long.
This is my little Draper James bag that I left with. Now, they were having a 25% off sale, and I was between 3 pieces. The linen denim blazer, the pink nap dress that looked like the one from Hill House, and this blue striped dress that I'm having a little bit of regret not buying. My issue was that the materials that the clothing was made out of did not justify the price. And these dresses are not wildly expensive, but I figured for the same cost as one Draper James dress on sale that I could do a Hill House dress come this spring, and the nap dress is one I lived in last summer after I bought it on Nantucket. So I did love their clothing. I tried on a pair of shoes, the Henriettas in beige, and I didn't like the way that they like cut my toes off, but they're such a cute shoe. They had really good jewelry. I actually did, that is one of the pieces I purchased. This little knotted bracelet right here is one to add to my stack. This one comes off and this one will come off, but the rest of the stack just kind of remain as is and I add to it. I also bought this little bracelet that says read. So something that I loved about the Draper James store is that because Reese Witherspoon has a book club, there are books everywhere, and they're not written by her. They're just like her favorite books. So it was kind of like being in a really cute clothing shop plus a bookstore. So I figured this would be really cute for school because I am an English teacher. And speaking of books, I bought this children's book for Callie called This Is Nashville, and it's actually signed by the author, but it takes you through like all of the different areas in Nashville. Callie loves Goo-Goos, so it talks about that, the individual buildings. Like, I really thought this was quite well done. And then look at this presentation. These are just stickers. I bought one for me and one for Callie. I bought Sisterhood for me to go on my water bottle for school. And then for Callie, I got her one that says, hello, sugar. I like the little Southern sayings that they had on like their mugs and their t-shirts, their bracelets that said things like, what would Dolly do? It was just such a lovely experience. So if you are in Nashville and have the opportunity to go to 12 South at Draper James, go. Even if you don't plan on purchasing any clothing, the experience is lovely. We then walked down to a beautiful boutique. We walked down to Love Shack Fancy. I have shopped Love Shack Fancy for years, but only ever online. I've never been into an actual store of theirs. So I kind of understood what the vibe was going to be, and I was right. It's very feminine, girly, vintage. It just has, like, their branding is so specific. So the experience here was different. Love Shack Fancy is gorgeous, including the outside of the building. Something I love about Nashville is that their architecture is beautiful, but then they like add to it with murals, which are so pretty. So we went to Love Shack Fancy. I walked in and I think I'm probably older than the average Love Shack Fancy customer. And the store employee kept asking me if I was picking things up in my correct size. Now, as a former obese person, that question to me triggers, you're picking things up in sizes that are too small. That could not at all have been what she meant, but when I was picking up clothes, she would be like, oh, are you sure that's your size? I'm pretty sure. So I told her, well, I'm sometimes between sizes, and in places like Draper James, they have vanity sizing, so I was fitting into like a 6 and smalls. At Love Shack Fancy, I sometimes am a large because I think their dresses are not meant for someone of my size, especially on top. So I was a little put off by that. I tried on about 8 things. I did love this pink Chanel inspired blazer. I didn't film anything in the actual dressing room because the room itself didn't even have space for me to put my camera down. It was like closed, the doors were closed doors with fabric, and they latched, but then they V'd out so that you could see like the entire lower half. So I kind of huddled to try things on. Anyway, I didn't purchase any clothing there, but I did purchase something incredibly extra for me. Well, okay, maybe they're not that extra for me. These sunglasses, these sunnies, because who doesn't need a pair of pink marbled gold detailed sunglasses? These are called the Amalia. Yes, you will see these a lot come this spring and summer, my friends. Love those. And then, oh, the other thing I bought at Draper James, I forgot to show you, was this little denim knotted headband. This was 25% off. It's called the chambray knot. I might wear it this evening. So you may have already seen me wearing this, but I thought that was really cute. I love a headband accessory. Then we walked in the exact opposite direction. We had an incredible lunch that we won't talk about here, but again, you can find all the information on Bar Taco in the other Nashville vlog. And we continued our shopping at the Stony Clover store. So I was really excited to go in here. They did have the new Mickey collection with it was Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Daisy, and Goof. So like the Fab Five, right? Like the core 5. So that was really exciting to be able to see those in real life and look at all the different pouches. I got to see some of the patches that they have and the stickers, and they were doing embroidery in the back. I wish I had brought my travel bag, my pink Stony and Clover travel bag, because they could have stitched in the letters for me. I didn't think to do that. And it's far away from our hotel, far away. Like we needed to take an Uber to get there, but I wish I had thought ahead to bring it because they do that. That's just personalization. I think it's a $15 cost. So I will show you the clips of Stony Clover. I did buy this little passport holder. It's pink. I think I will need probably like a little airplane on here, but they didn't have any cute ones in the store, the patches, so I'll probably just order one online. But since we are going to St. Thomas in April, I thought this would be cute. I wanted to get Callie the Mickey and Minnie version of this, but that one was an extra $35 because it's a Disney product. And I thought to myself, well, if I could order this on Shop Disney, or actually in Disney World when we're there this summer, then I'll get a discount because I'm a DVC member and annual pass holder. So we held off on purchasing. I showed a lot of restraint, I think, in Stony Clover, but the store itself was super cute. This is what we came for. I'm so excited. I hope they have the Disney collection.
I won't cry whenever I tell you so. Whenever I tell you so long. Whenever I tell you so long. Whenever I tell you so long.
And then lastly for 12 South, I went into Madewell. Again, I've only ever shopped their clothing online, and it was like the denim edit. So they had a lot of jeans and you could actually get them embroidered or stamped, which I thought was really cool. And I was kind of racking my brain, like, what would I stamp on jeans that I would want to be there forever? Or what would I embroider? I don't think I'm that girl, but it was really cool to see that machine. I specifically asked about it. I tried on 4 pairs of jeans. One I liked, but I think I'm a 27.5. And the sales associates at Madewell were awesome. They were telling me like all about the types of fabric that they use, how it's upcycled, recycled. And then today, meaning today, the day you try your jeans on at Madewell is the tightest they'll ever be because they loosen over time, which I think is great and true. I have a pair of Madewell jeans that I bought online, my white ones that you have definitely seen me in either here or on Instagram, that I have been wearing for years at this point. I bought them almost right after I lost my like first initial amounts of weight. So I've loved those jeans and I have used and abused them, and they wash really well. I only end up washing them like once every 7 to 8 times that I wear them if I don't get them dirty or I can't spot clean them. So those have held up really nicely. So I know it's a high quality jean, but I'm like a 27.5. The 28s were a little too big, like up where the actual jeans met my body, especially above my bum. But the 27s were so tight, and we had just eaten lunch. And she was like, yeah, well, it could just be that you ate lunch. And I'm like, well, I eat lunch every day. So are they gonna feel this tight on me regularly? Like, I'm not into that. So I didn't buy jeans, but I did buy 2 pieces of jewelry, just these plain gold hoops, because my little tiny gold hoops, I lost one recently when Mark and I were out on a date. I lost one. So I was really sad about that. I think my scarf might have knocked it off my ear, and now I don't know where the other one is. And I also got these because they were so cute. The little pearl, and they just sit on circles. These were really reasonably priced. So I bought those 2 things at Madewell. We went over to like an outdoor mall in Hillsborough because obviously Mark wanted to go to Vineyard Vines. And we were convinced that there was one more store that I was excited about, but we couldn't figure out which one. And it turns out I don't think that that was true. But I did go into a cosmetics shop there. They had like this, basically all of these brands that Sephora doesn't carry. And I was able to find a mini glow screen from Supergoop. Now I know that Sephora carries glow screen, but I've never seen a little one like this. So I thought this would be great for my upcoming trip in April. Like, it would pack nicely, and it's probably the exact amount of face sunscreen that I'll need for the week. Like, I don't need to bring the big one. But yeah, that was our morning shopping here in Nashville. I certainly didn't buy as many things as I thought I was going to. Like, I did pack my extra Stony Clover bag just in case. I tried on some shoes. Wasn't this trip for me, and that's okay. So I don't think I'll need to check a bag. Oh, I'm leaving those out because I want to wear them on the way home. But I didn't want to buy things just for the sake of buying them because we were here. And I get caught up and do that all the time in Disney World. So we have many more trips coming this year, and there will be lots of opportunities to shop. But I hope this was helpful. I hope it was nice for you to be able to see these storefronts. They really are gorgeous here, and I wish that the town where I lived would incorporate some of these like smaller boutique-y vibes that Nashville seems to like nail in certain areas of the city. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this was fun for you, and we will see you next week. Bye everybody.